You're working in player development and a talent scout for the Kings. You've worked with top prospects like Carl Grundstrom and Matt Luff. I mean, does this halt in a season? Does it take away from them as young superstars in their game experience? Will this affect their growth at all?
Well, yes and no. You got some guys that are in that wheelhouse, that age group that this is their prime to develop, and guys that are just coming out of juniors or just coming out of college, guys that have just signed. I was with one of our kids that came out of Wisconsin and just signed his contract. He flew in, signed it, and then that's when everything shut down. And he's like, "Well, what do I do now?" And they're like, "Well, you can stay here for a couple of days, or we could fly you back to Chicago right now." And he's like, "Shit, I'll stay here for a couple of days and fly me back later." But just a crazy time. You want to work with these kids. That's all the pride. It's such a prideful job for us to develop these kids and hope they make the NHL and play some NHL games and help the organization. So, for us to not be able to get our hands on them and vice versa. These kids, they want to learn. They want to be here. They don't want to be training at home. They want to be training here in Los Angeles in front of the organization and try to become a pro. So, it's tough for these guys.
Yeah, I was at that game right before, I guess, shut down the Devils game where Mikey Anderson debuted with his brother.
Oh, yeah.
Which was like kind of an amazing game. And that dude probably was in LA for like 5 days before he had to stop playing.
Well, for those guys, it's actually a really good setup because the minor league team is out of Ontario, California. So it's one of those things where if they get called up, they're basically like walking right across the hallway. It's the same practice facility in El Segundo that the AHL, the American Hockey League team uses, and the NHL team. So for those guys, they just it's great for call-up situations where they can, play NHL games. So for him, it wasn't like he was flying across country to get here, but nonetheless, it was his first NHL game against his brother, and that's got to be a pretty special moment for him and his family.
That's right. You said you keep in touch with other coaches and stuff. Are you keeping in touch with these young players as well during the break?
Yeah, we are for sure. We each have, there's 6 of us on the development staff, so we each have like 5 or 6 players that we are assigned to, and we keep in touch with them, see how they're doing, see how their family's doing, how the workouts are going. Yeah, just be a friend, be a, whether it's a mentor or a coach, not really a coach, because we're not coaches. We're, I guess we're called development coaches, but it's not like we're teaching systems. We're just teaching a little little fundamentals of the game that these particular players need. And, if they feel like they need to call one of us, they're comfortable to do so. And we're also vice versa. We're comfortable to call them and just have a chat.